Hello, and welcome to Prevail Marketing's daily video where we talk about, well, we provide you with tips, strategies, techniques, ideas, anything sales and marketing that we think might help grow your business. I'm Bill Arnold. I'm your host, also president of Prevail Marketing, and I want to invite you back to prevailmarketing.com to check out our information, check out our blogs, check out our reference materials. We look forward to hearing from you. Today, I want to talk to you about a real world problem that I think every marketer has experienced. I know I have often. In fact, I have this past week. Let me tell you what that's about. It's about writer's block. How often did you realize you have to create some content for a client and you realize that you just can't put the next sentence together? You have no idea what to say next. We've all been there. And I'm going to give you some of the strategies that I use and I found very helpful. In fact, I had writer's block this past weekend. I started to put together a number of blogs, and I realized each of these blogs probably should be their own ebook on its own subject. So I started to read aloud, and I think, I don't know what I'm going to talk about. So I decided I'd write a blog about writer's block. There you go. So what I want to talk about specifically are some tips and strategies that I have used that I think a lot of people have used to get rid of writer's block. First off, if you just don't know what to write about, remove the pressure. Oftentimes I'm writing an article and I can't think what this next paragraph ought to be, but I have some well-defined ideas for what's else in that blog. I'll go down and start writing about those topics. And sure enough, by the time I get done with those, I get some clarity on what I was going to write originally. Take a break. I know if I can't write, sometimes just walking away, grabbing a cup of coffee. I live near the beach, so I'll take a walk on the beach. All of that can just refresh your mind and make it so you can actually start thinking about what to do. Seek inspiration. Oftentimes I'll go look at other people what they wrote, not to copy, not to plagiarize, not to take their content, but it kind of just brings in new ideas into my mind, different takes I have on that subject. So that's something you can do. Sometimes, though, honestly, it gets even more fundamental. You cannot even think of a topic to write about. I mean, it's not the fact you can't write anything, you just don't know what to begin with. And so what I tell, first thing I look to is my clients. I go to them and I say, look, I want to talk to your sales department. I want to talk to your customer service department. What are the typical questions they get on a regular basis from clients, from prospects, that they're just so tired of answering because they always have to answer the same question? Let's write about that. I'll ask what information they were asked this week, because that could be a source of great information. In fact, the program we have with all of our clients is we ask them, their sales and customer service departments, keep a journal of the questions they were asked. And every week we collect that, and every week we mine that for ideas of content. The next area that I think you ought to look at, and probably start with this even, is the buyer persona report, the buyer's journey report, the buyer sentiment report. Those reports you create at the outset of that engagement that tells you what every single buyer persona needs to hear at every single stage of that buyer's journey in order to take that next step. Write about those. Write about the messaging they talked about. If you've started writing about it once, expand on it. Next thing I do, if I can, again, if that doesn't provide the ideas, there's lots of places on the internet that you can go for information. For example, there's a HubSpot topic generator. There's an SEMrush topic generator. There's a simplified topic generator. All of those will give you topics. If you put in some keywords, they'll tell you what you ought to write about. But if you want to get a little more sophisticated, AI. I'm never going to use AI to create my own content, but I'll certainly use AI to give me ideas of what to write about. There's all sorts of things, that AI writing assistants, free title generator, Jasper, they're all AI, artificial intelligence, that will provide you with, if you put in some basic information, the vertical, some keywords, they'll give you a plethora of information to write about. Great way to do if you can't think of anything else. But you know what? Sometimes none of that works. Sometimes you just can't figure how to get around to even writing about anything. So I've got a surprise for everybody, and I'm not going to tell you what it is. But if you want the one tool that's always worked for me for the last 25 years, it's a little worn, it's a little frayed on the edges, but there's one tool that I've used for 25 years that has never let me down. It has always made sure that I came through. And I've really thought about whether or not I wanted to give this to everybody. because it's my competitive advantage that nobody else has. But you know what? It's sort of like this time of year, like the Grinch. My heart grew 3 sizes, and I thought, oh, you know what? You need to share this with the world. So I'm not going to tell you what it is, because you're going to have to earn it. And by earning it, you have to go to our website, prevailmarketing.com. Click on the blog that talks about what you do when you get writer's block. Go down to the bottom of that blog, and you will find the secret sauce, the secret tool that I've kept to myself for 25 years. That if you have writer's block, if you don't know what to do, it will provide you with everything you need to know. So, with that mystery, with that suspense, I'm going to leave you here for another day. Hope we come back tomorrow. I've got a whole list of things I want to talk to you about. I've started looking at I don't have writer's block when it comes to the topics I want to talk about. I promise you that. And I can promise you tomorrow is going to be a new topic that's going to provide you some new ideas how to look at marketing. I'll just leave it at that. So thank you for being here. If you go to the website and you find that tool, if you please comment on what you think of it, and like, subscribe, share, all those things that you should do for me if you like this content. And until tomorrow, have a great night. Talk to you then.